Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite talk show, Bahrain Now, with me, your host, Bara Abdallah. We've got a great show coming up featuring great local talents, initiatives, and happenings from around the island. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is such an honor and pleasure to have this talk on Bahrain Now, as the Tatai Hindu merchants community aspires to build on the strong legacy of the Bhatia business community and to become Bahrain's leading entrepreneurial organization business. Joined with us here today to tell us more about it is Mr. Bob and Mukesh of the THMC to speak to us more about the beautiful initiative. Well, good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening. We are very well. Thank you very much, Bara, for having us. And it's a privilege to be here.
It is such an honor.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it is definitely an honor and such a pleasure to have you gentlemen with us right here on Bahrain Now. So tell us more about the THMC.
Well, it's a lot of history. Tatai Hindu merchants community informally was formed sometimes in the 40s because our forefathers have been in Bahrain for nearly 200 years in trading in Bahrain. We were known as Banyans. We're still known as Banyans in the souk, and we're all around in Manama.
Yeah.
And we have such a rich legacy of our community in Bahrain. And we love it here, and our businesses have been built here and have grown here in this community. And the organization was informally formed in the 40s, as I said, basically to help each other, help the businesses, see that how businesses can be grown, how we can grow our own businesses, and of course the community's business, and of course the country's business. So the earlier businessmen, our forefathers, were mainly dealing in food, but now of course they're into diversified activities. So it's great to be in Bahrain. It's great to live in this wonderful island, which promotes pluralism, promotes multiculturalism, welcoming to all. And we are grateful to His Majesty the King. We're grateful to His Royal Highness Crown Prince, Prime Minister, for letting us continue to flourish in this country.
Amazing. And Bahrain is grateful for you. 200 years. It's an amazing legacy. It's just way too beautiful. It's so rich. And it's enriching Bahrain with such beautiful things, as you've done so much for Bahrain. So we would like to say thank you so much for all that you've done for the last 200 years. That's beautiful. Now, heading to the goals, what's happening with the THMC when it comes to the goals and missions?
Well, I'll tell you the goals. I'll summarize in the vision and the mission, basically, of our organizations. I'll just read it out to you quickly.
Sure.
The mission is the THMC aspires to build on the strong legacy of the Bhatia business community and to become Bahrain's leading entrepreneur organization.
All right.
And the vision, what we have in our organization, is to strengthen the Bhatia entrepreneurs in Bahrain by always learning and evolving to make a positive impact on the society while continuing to retain our values.
Amazing, amazing. Well, thank you so much again. Such inspirational words, and I know everything been read and everything been said and everything's been told. It's just beautifully done, especially with the community. Now tell us more about the community. Like right now, where are you focusing on when it comes to businesses and leading and entrepreneurs?
So it's there are businesses here, as I said, for 150, 200 years. There are fourth, fifth generation business persons living in Bahrain and continuing the business. Businesses evolve as always. Predominantly food businesses have now gone into so many different areas. So we have activities amongst our members who are in education, who are in training, who are in construction, who are in manufacturing, who are in textiles, who are in whole sort of other electronics, into retail, into distribution, into logistics, into FMCG, you name it. Our members, our community is involved in it. There are about 50 to 60 members, 60 organizations, about 100 plus members in our community who are involved in this. The idea is to see that we have always believed in Bahrain, we always lived here. So our head offices are here. We have also branched off into other countries in GCC, but we continue to operate as our head office, headquarters in Bahrain, and continue to evolve our businesses and grow our businesses. That's what we are doing now within the community. And the THMC as an association tries to help our members as much as possible. We have learning events, we have speakers coming in to talk to our members, we exchange ideas, and most importantly, in the heart of Manama, there is a Hindu temple, the property.
Right.
The whole area, the complex belongs to Tatai Hindu Merchants Community, and we have ambitious plans for that going forward.
Amazing. I do remember visiting the site several times. Very welcoming, very beautiful, and very rich with culture and religious values. So that is beautifully done, definitely. And I can only imagine how Bahrain has been and is today because with the beautiful contributions for the THMC. 200 years, that's just a beautiful thing going on here. Now, with all that been said, can we shed some light on the Hindu business in Bahrain and what's happening here, if you don't mind, gentlemen?
So, as I said, the businesses have evolved over times. Younger blood has come into the businesses, and they have different ideas, newer ideas, and expanding onto it. There are new areas which they're looking at. Tech is one area. They're looking at logistics, another area. Looking at in tune with what the 2030 vision is. So, as businessmen, you know, opportunities. We always look at opportunities.
Absolutely.
So as members, we are constantly doing that, looking at areas to invest in, areas to expand our businesses in, and we believe in Bahrain. We believe in the future of this country, in this beautiful island, and we continue to work here. Several of us are now Bahraini nationals, so this is home for us.
Right.
And we are proud to and privileged to be part of that.
And Bahrain is privileged to have you here. That is definitely for sure. Now, any current projects happening right now, Mr. Mukesh, that you can tell us about?
Yes, we have this ambitious project which was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister from India, Narendra Modi, under the auspices of His Majesty King Hamad.
Okay.
It's a $5 million project.
Amazing.
And it's going to accommodate community halls. The temple, the main prayer area is going to double. We're going to have like a knowledge center there.
Right.
And basic kitchens over there and a lot of facilities. We're going to have an open courtyard over there where we're going to conduct the sound and light shows.
Wow.
And the other part is the tourism part. We are going to accommodate that part also because Bahrain does welcome like marriages taking place internationally from the different parts of the world, and there could be like there are halls which will accommodate the marriage facilities over there.
Amazing, amazing. I am looking forward to that, to pay a visit and just be indulged and immerse myself in this beautiful culture and values. This is amazing. Again, Bahrain is privileged to have this such beautiful community, adding a lot of color to the culture of Bahrain and diversity. And like you said, His Majesty the King has been promoting the harmony in Bahrain, with different people coming in with different cultures and backgrounds all in one place. And you are an amazing proof for that.
Thank you.
Now, that's what's happening currently. What about future plans? So
this project is going to take 2 years. I must mention that the funding for this project is coming from our community. So we are raising all this money, nearly $5-6 million, which we'll need internally from our community members, and they are going to be funding this completely. Going forward, we have very ambitious plans with this project, but more importantly, we believe that our community should always be training or mentoring entrepreneurs. So we want to take it forward and say that how do we promote entrepreneurship? And one of the things we're going to do is recognize entrepreneurs who have played a huge role in Bahrain. Bahraini, non-Bahraini entrepreneurs, doesn't matter. Those who have contributed in the country. So one of the things we're looking at is to work towards that into how do we recognize those entrepreneurs? How do we honor them? How do we bring them into the limelight and tell their stories to aspiring and inspire them to become entrepreneurs? They are job givers and not job takers. I think that's very important for Bahrain's economy. The other is to look into how we can promote entrepreneurship, not only from within Bahrain, but our networks in our other countries, in Dubai or in India or other countries where we know entrepreneurs, and let them know what a great country and what a fantastic opportunity there are in Bahrain. So maybe bring them in and let them know about Bahrain and let them invest in Bahrain. Lastly, what we intend to do as going forward as in the future plans is we're working on a history project book. We have appointed 3 historians, one in Bahrain, one in India, and one in now Pakistan, because originally our community came from undivided India,
Okay.
and that village, that place Tata, is in Pakistan right now.
Wow.
They are going to collaborate onto a book chronicling 400 years of our history, and that is going to be a fantastic project which we are looking forward to.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so happy to hear this, but what sparked that idea for having the history book?
The rich legacy. It
Right.
means imagine we
It's
only knew,
no-brainer.
and the legacy which we are really scared of losing, because it's only word of mouth till now, grandfather to a father to a son. So we wanted to capture that history. We wanted to see that this is written there and documented, so that going forward, maybe this inspires some entrepreneurs, because there's so many great
course.
stories there.
Amazing. I mean, 200 years to catch up with could be a lot of work.
And
Oh,
challenging,
yes.
considering the geography, right from India, Pakistan, Bahrain.
Wow.
So that's a challenging geography to capture, considering that there's not too much documentation back then.
Yeah.
And so to go up to the records, that's why we have 3 historians. One of them, glad to say, is Bahrain, who's going to look at the old Bahrain, one from
Unbelievable.
India and one from Pakistan.
That is amazing. From 3 countries, 3 historians all coming together
Yes,
for 200 years of legacy.
absolutely.
I mean, I'm getting goosebumps right here. It's so exciting.
We
And
are.
to add to it, they already have interviewed the Bahrainis who have been like old timers,
Yeah.
and they know the community very well, and our community members too,
Wow.
and in different parts in
Yeah.
Dubai and Bahrain and India.
Amazing, amazing. And in the last few days, pretty much we paid visit to Suq al-Manama, as there are certain people right now as thought that said they want to end their journal and end their journey as people working in Suq al-Manama. One of them happens to be my grandfather, Abdurrazzaq al-Rumi, who pretty much that said this will be his last month. Silversmith.
Smith.
So
Yeah, we read that
my
today.
father's shop was 1 minute away from your shop, your grandfather's shop.
No way.
So his shop was in the corner, and our shop was in that lane which goes in there, a second shop.
Wow.
And my father and your grandfather were great friends, because they would see each other every day. Because it's such a small world, and that's what I love about Bahrain. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
So we remember the corner shop of your grandfather,
Yes.
and down the road, 2 shops down that in that small lane was my father's shop.
See how beautiful that is? Like as we go there and he was like closing his shop and everybody was just jumping in and just like, no way, you're gonna end this legacy and all of that. So as we understand how important it is to collect pictures and information, so as you said, 200 years. I mean, I had like 75 years pretty much worth of collecting information out of that store, but to know that the entire community comes together for 200 years of catching up with all that information, 3 countries, Pakistan, India, and Bahrain,
Yes.
that is an amazing project.
It is. It is. We are really excited about it. We are grateful to all the people who collaborated on it, to all of those who have encouraged it. I gave a talk to a month back during the 50th Independence Day, and Indian Embassy did it, and I had a talk in Dhaka where we spoke about the journey, some sketchy details that I have so far,
Right.
and we are really looking forward this to be properly chronicled like a history book. And we expect that book to be everywhere, in every embassy, every ministry, every business house, so that at least we know what Bahrain did for the business communities.
Amazing. This is just amazing. Thank you so much. Our sincerest gratitude is revealed to the amazing efforts that your community has pretty much put together in Bahrain. I would say our community at this point, because
Yes.
200 years, we're all Bahrainis at this
We all
point. That's it.
Bahraini.
So
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having
Oh,
us.
it's
Thank
been a
you, and
great
we'd like to thank His Majesty the King. We'd like to thank Crown Prince, Prime Minister. We are grateful to them. This has been a country which has welcomed us, let us flourish, practice our culture, retain our religious values, and still be called Bahrainis. And I think that, in essence, is the beauty of Bahrain for all of us. And you
Yes,
would,
sir.
and everybody in our community would say that. So the Bhatia community is grateful to them, and we'd like to convey on this channel, on this platform, a big thank you.
as you said yourself, we're all Bahrainis. That's it. That's beautifully said.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been a great honor and a great pleasure to have you gentlemen right here with us on Bahrain Now. And we're writing history.
Absolutely.
As it is.
We are writing history as we speak.
It's been a great honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you
being
for
with
having
us
us.
on Bahrain.
Really great. Really
Thank you.
Much pleasure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you've seen right now, 200 years of great legacy all took place right here. Time was not enough for us to explain everything and to delve more into the beautiful culture, but all that took place right here with this beautiful interview with the members of the THMC right here on Bahrain Now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the future. Our future is run by the youth, and our youth pretty much are running the world of social media and platforms online, and nowadays that's what Sleep platform is here to drive positivity and fuel us up with happiness and passion by giving the most to our society, hoping for successful social influence to help you reach your dreams. Joining us in the studio are members of the Sleep community, Ms. Taif and Yasmin. Good evening, ladies. How are you?
Very good. How are you? How's your day going so far?
Well, it's been very interesting. Thank you so much for asking. Really, it's been very interesting. And as I got to learn more about Sleep, and I've been reading the script, I'm like, this is very interesting. It's kind of new, but pretty much it's familiar. So now, starting with the word Sleep, what does Sleep means?
So, sleet basically means when someone has a good reputation around people, not particularly famous, but when people hear about this person, they know. It's like sleet is an Arabic word in general. So he has a good reputation. He's a person who everyone loves. He does good all around, and these kind of things, basically.
I never knew this word before. I know like sum'a, reputation, but Sleep to have actually a good reputation, that's amazing. Yeah. What is the platform about? What's going on with Sleep as a platform?
So what we believe in Sleep is that how much human connection is really important in enhancing our well-being and our lifestyle. We think that, just like spreading good vibes between one another, appreciating one another, loving one another, is a really important thing, and it's not something luxurious, it's something really essential. So we started in 2020, June 2020, just like in that year.
In the midst of the pandemic, bless you, but you still went on with it.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, when we started, we were all, we never saw each other for 1 year and 3 months. And we were all doing it through Zoom. And that never kept us from stopping or anything.
Wow.
We just kept going, and we produced, I think, in Corona, before meeting each other, around 3 initiatives.
Okay.
Yeah, and each initiative almost takes on an average 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from streaming, but that's not without the preparation time.
Okay.
So yeah, so we basically do social initiatives.
Okay.
That aim to spread the culture of appreciation between people.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's the main thing that we're currently focused on, and now we're kind of trying to change and to widen our range of initiatives as well.
And just do more goodness to the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Why did you think of doing this initiativity and putting Sleep together as a platform? What sparked it?
Well, to be honest, Sleep didn't start from us. It started from the founder, Nawaf Al-Hajri.
Okay.
He gathered all of us together. Most of Sleep members, they don't even know each other.
Wow.
So yeah, so he picked us out of social media, from different voluntary teams and these kind of things. He looks in our background, how much do we like to give, are we appropriate to be in this platform, to give in the right place. So it's not about who's better, but are you gonna give in the right way? So yeah, that's how we all started. And that's what all gathered us together.
Amazing. And now you're on TV
and
talking about your beautiful experience.
Talking about it.
Now I got interested. How can I be a Sleet?
A Sleety.
A Sleety. Ah, there is it's a pronoun for it. Huh?
I just made it up.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to be a Sleety. How can I be a Sleety? A cool one. Is there ranking to that?
Okay. So basically, everyone can be a Sleety. You don't have to be part of the team or part of the platform. Everything that we do, we're humans at the end, and everyone can do it with their family, with their friends. At some point of our lives, I believe that everyone is a Sleety when you see someone in the street and you help them out, when you see a cat and you feed the cat, whatever you're gonna do. But if you wanna be on the team itself, we open applications. We just opened our first application this year, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
2 months ago. So before that, people actually couldn't apply to be part of Sleep because we make sure if someone's going to be part of the team, they're going to do something. You can't just be sitting around. So we used to choose, like, we need a photographer. So we go and pick a photographer and we talk to them, interview them, see if they want to be part of us. But 2 months ago, we started to open applications, and we had, like, we need a photographer, someone to do the editing, a presenter. So if you're going to apply for a specific thing. You know what you're coming for, you know your mission. You can change in the future, of course, but you're going to come with a goal. You're not just going to come blindly. Because at the end, so it's not only about giving, but about what you're going to receive as a member. You're going to learn more, you're gonna have a better experience. If you're someone who likes to present, you're gonna get the opportunity to present in one of our programs. So it's about the members as well, not only about giving in the community.
Amazing. You see what you've done? Sleety became now everybody's using. It's like, I just like noticed there's like Sleety. I'm like, that's what you did, that's what you did. Now, do you have like special programs for Sleetians? So it's like, are there like influencers at this point? What do you consider a Sleety?
Okay, what do you consider a Sleety?
Yeah.
So when we really when we talk with anyone who is interested in joining Slate, we are really like, this is the main thing, that we are really interested that the person is not just has skills like photography or like editing or anything. We want to know like their essence as a human being, and that they are truly willing to give, and that they have basic like principles and moral values, like high moral values, because this is the environment we're trying to create. You know, sometimes like in environments, they don't care about like what are the people about, but we keep this at high priority, that the people, like, they have, you know, just like I mentioned, like good manners and value system. So yeah, that's what it really takes. So, and it takes also like a, you know, you have to have a skill so you can be a part of the team, and we welcome everyone.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's just right now I learned so much from you girls in this talk. It's like right now I'm gonna go to my brother. It's like, let me show me your seat. I see you want to see some bright cards. You're not certified by the Slate community. I'm sorry, buddy. You haven't been doing much in your life recently.
You're officially a Sleety now.
Officially.
Officially.
What happened?
You're officially.
I'm officially a
You're
Sleety?
officially a Sleety, yeah.
You certify me, like, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like the queen when she honors a knight.
You're a
Let me find a sword. Thank you it's such a great honor. I am right now, I'm a Sleety. I'm like part of your family now.
Why not?
Yeah. Sure.
Amazing, amazing. I love that. I love that. So now, with all that been said, and as it seems like pretty much you've been busy, and not only but busy in a good way, like, you know, spreading happiness and positivity and passion with everybody, and just pretty much like you said, the human connection is so important, especially like in the pandemic right now. We've been suffering with the connection, right?
Yeah.
And now as COVID is just getting a little bit even harder and harder with certain situations, although Bahrain's doing an amazing job fighting the pandemic as much as we can with precautionary measures. But it seems like, you know, after 2 years and heading to the third, things like the human nature of certain habits are changing a bit. So how are you dealing with all that was going on here with the pandemic? What are you doing pretty much in the COVID-19 before and now at this point?
So basically, we have a great team who plans everything out. Whether if there's going to be COVID or not, they stick up to the whatever is going to happen.
Wow.
So basically, when we started our first initiative, Sa'adir, so basically Sa'adir comes from the two words appreciation and happiness in Arabic.
Wow.
Yeah, so in Sa'adir, as Yasmin said, we never really met, so everything was during Zoom. But in Sa'adir too, there was actually, in the studio, there was cameras, there was interviews. So it's the same initiative, but we had it in a different way. In the first one, so basically Sa'adir is when we choose people who are not famous, but they give to the community, so they don't like to be on the spotlight. They like to do everything like behind doors and everything. So so we basically choose these kind of people, we ask about them, we try to search as much as we can, and we have a whole searching team that goes.
Team.
They go
Like
and
a
they go
Wow.
and they make PowerPoints about these people. They present them to us. Then we choose the people who are closest to these people,
Right.
like their families, friends. If they're working in the medical field, their patients, and we bring them to the SAT.
Mm.
We interview them, and then we invite the person, the Saadiri person,
Wow.
and we bring them, and we're like, we have an interview with you about your business, for example, and suddenly the TV, the whatever, opens with the videos of these people talking about them, like boom. They see and the tears just starts. Their tears, our tears, and everything. Like it's something like we really gives us fuel. I think gives us fuel.
Wow.
So in Saadir 1, we couldn't do all of this.
Right.
So we basically just called them up. I called them up. I'm like, I'm a driver. I have a gift for you, and they're like,
Right.
I gift from who? I'm like, I don't really know. I just deliver things.
I'm sorry. I'm just a messenger.
Yeah, I just
don't
deliver
shoot me.
things. So if you can just send me your address, and I go, and they have no idea. I give them the gift, and the gift has a barcode, and this barcode takes them directly to our Instagram where they see the video.
No way.
So yeah, it was a huge step taking Saadir to Assad and seeing, and like in the first part of Saadir,
Right.
I used to see their reactions, but the rest of the team, they couldn't see it. I used to describe it to them, but when we moved to Saadir 2, it just hits different. When you can see them directly, their reaction, their tears, how happy they are, it's another type of happiness. It's something that you can't really experience with anything else.
I mean, you just melted my heart. Listening to the story itself, that is so creatively beautiful. It's just the initiative
you.
itself. And the word Sa'adir from Sa'ada and Taqdir, as
Yeah.
just
Sa'ada and
happiness
Taqdir.
and appreciation.
Yes.
Now, Said, Sa'adir, you guys have an amazing way of playing with words.
Yeah.
Did you copyright these words? Because they are pretty too good to be true. Now, as you just mentioned with presenting in programs, I heard and we saw that pretty much you're presenting the Shababik,
Yes, I
the
am.
Windows
Yeah, the
Shababik program.
Windows.
Tell us more about that.
Yes, so currently we are having the 5th initiative in our platform, which is called Shababik. And Shababik, for anyone who is not familiar with Arabic, Shabak is, it means a window. And the concept of our initiative is that we want, we are looking at business owners that are people that are as people who are looking through a window and looking at the society, knowing what are their needs, and based on that they are creating their own businesses. And it's like they're very social sensitive towards the society. So we're doing this show. It's kind of like a documentary slash I don't know, like a TV show.
Right.
So we bring in we go to people's, like the business owners
Okay.
workplaces, and we talk to them. We just
Okay.
we want to know the idea, like how did they think of that business idea, and we want to encourage people who are interested in entrepreneurship to be inspired by their way of thinking, because you can make a business that is very profitable but doesn't have an actual value to others around you. So we want to kind of enhance the other part, the part that
Okay.
really cares about other people, while also benefiting from your business. I mean, of course, the business has to run,
Right.
but it can also run in a way where it's really considerate to the society
Oh, wow.
and to its needs.
So pretty much focusing on the CSR, the community responsibility as well.
Exactly, but not as something on the side.
Right.
Like it's
Integral.
the main thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I love this. So now, as I know there's so much to talk about, but unfortunately I know it's just we want to give you more time and all of that and just show people the beauty of your work. But as we're going to wrap it up right now, any last words to your viewers, starting with you, Leif?
Well, I would really like to tell them that, as I said in the beginning, every person can be a city at the end of the day. It's about the little things that you do for your community. It's representing Islam in a good way when you take helping people out, removing something from the street, helping a kid, tutoring a kid, saying thank you. When someone does something nice to you, you really, at the end of the day, appreciate what they're doing, because the small things really matter at the end and motivates people to do better in the society. So I hope you find the Sliti inside of you, and bring it out, because we really need to see it.
Amazing. Finding the Sliti in you. You see what you've done? Coming up with the word on live TV. That's creativity right there. Well, now, Yasmin, any last words to your viewers?
I just want to say that, you know, as young people, young and old, and every one of us, we have energy inside of us, and it's really it's really wise actually to use this energy to do good towards other people, and just kind of like have a perspective on life, like what is my purpose in this life, and try to follow that path. It can be in Slate, it can be in other places, you know, just like not just live day by day just for living, for the sake of living. Try to think like, what is my purpose in you know, this life.
Beautiful. Very inspirational, insightful, and full of hope. We are so lucky to have Slate in our community, and I'm sure it's going to even branch out to different countries and even go around the world. The word Slate and a Sliti, come on, you got to copyright that. And Saudi, oh my God, you are so creative with your wordings and all of that.
Thank you.
Well, it's been such a great honor to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Slate and Yasmin, thank you so much for being with us right here on Bahrain Now, and we cannot wait to see more coming up very much from the Slate community.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just awake the Slati in you, and the world will be a more beautiful place. All that took place right here with the interview with Yasmin and Taif, members of Slate, right here on Bahrain Now. Well, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Don't forget to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below, and stay tuned for more happenings right here on Bahrain Now. I'm Bara Abdallah. Till next time, Bahrain, goodbye and God bless.